Hello, good morning. I'll be doing the paper History of English Literature, Module 1, second part, Victorian Poetry. But before we look into Victorian poetry, let's take a brief look into the Victorian Age. The Victorian era in British history spans the 63-year-long reign of Queen Victoria. She belonged to the House of Hanover and was the last of the monarchs of the House of Hanover. The other monarchs of this house were George I, who reigned from 1714 to 1727, George II, who reigned from 1727 to 1760, George III, who reigned from 1760 to 1820, George IV, who reigned from 1820 to 1830, William IV, who reigned from 1830 to 1837. Queen Victoria ascended the throne of England on the death of her uncle, King William IV. She was only 18 years of age at the time and had to depend entirely on her ministers for political advice. And her reign marks the end of the personal rule of the sovereign, and constitutional monarchy was established. That means the Queen did not rule the country anymore. It was the Constitution and the House of Commons that ruled the country. And the House of Commons was headed by the Prime Minister. So sovereign was replaced by the House of Commons and the power shifted into the hands of the Prime Minister. When she ascended the throne, she was the Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. And her period of reign is from 1837 to 1901. She also adopted the additional title of the Empress of India on 1st May 1876. In 1840, she married Prince Albert Saxe of Coburg, who was an ideal match for the Queen as a consort. Now, what is a consort? Usually, when a king ascends the throne or a prince ascends the throne and he takes a wife, she will naturally become the queen. But it may not be so in the case of a queen. It will be the husband may be given only the title of a consort, not necessarily that of a king. So, Prince Albert Saxe of Coburg was always referred to as the consort of the queen. They had a very happy marriage, had 9 children, and the marriages of these children, resulted in many of the royal families all over Europe. But his death in 1861 left her heartbroken, and the political, things also were happening on the other side. But at the same time, Queen Victoria became a revered figure and symbol of national and imperial unity. There were changes in industrial, cultural, scientific and military spheres, and the country also saw a great expansion of the British Empire happening. Now let's take a look at the characteristics of the Victorian Age. It was an age beset with doubts and disputes, conflicts and controversies, restlessness and psychological complexity. And this period also saw the publication of the book The Origin of Species, in which Charles Darwin put forward his theory of evolution. Now this was very significant because till then religion held a very high place in the minds of the British, and especially Christianity, which said that God created the world in 7 days and so on. And here comes Darwin saying that man evolved from monkeys, and life originated as a unicellular organism. So all these cast the entire society into chaos. And again, there was a lot of mechanical progress and prosperity on one side, labor problems happening on the other side, women going through a really bad phase, because the condition of women were quite deplorable, and they were considered quite inferior to men. Man to command, woman to obey. That was the order of the day. Now, in reference to this period, there are two terms that are quite important. One is Victorian Complacency. Now, Britain during the reign of Queen Victoria, as I said, took great pride in its material progress and its industrial domination. And they decided to display this in a great exhibition of 1851. This was organized by Henry Cole and Prince Albert, who was the consort of the Queen. Now, after this, this brought a great deal of prosperity in Britain and made the Victorian people very complacent, because they believed that they had achieved everything and everything was ideal, and they decided to maintain this ideal state. But this state has been contemptuously referred to as Victorian complacency. Now, the next term is Victorian Compromise. This is a term coined by Lawrence Freedman. It presents the two sides of the same coin, because on one side we have England moving ahead with progress, stability, great social reforms, and on the other side it also had scenes of poverty, injustice, and social unrest. The man was caught between two worlds, one of the old traditional faith, as I said, it is the Bible, and belief that God created the world, competing with the world of the new one, which is casting doubts on the entire thing that man had believed till then, that God is there. Now people began to question even the presence of God. Is there a God or not? So this was a great trauma that they all underwent. And it saw the breaking down of the existing order. They had entire belief system collapse with that particular theory coming in at that time. And an effort was being made to reconcile between science and religion, between demand for progress and the need for stability. And the Victorians tried to reconcile between old and new, religion and science, and progress and stability. And they promoted a code of values that reflect the world as they wanted it to be. It was based on personal duty, hard work, respectability, and charity. And this is the essence that the term Victorian Compromise tries to embody. Okay, so we'll stop there for today. Thank you.